Hello everybody, coming to you from the place that I ended the last video on, I think. I have left since, a few days have passed, I haven't just been sat here ever since. But welcome back to a vlog. I feel like I haven't vlogged in ages for some reason, so I'm really excited about doing this. And I've got lots of exciting things on this week. I'm going to the Man Booker Prize. I don't know how that's happened, the award ceremony. I don't know how that invite has come my way, but it has. And I'm very excited and quite nervous. And I'm hosting the book club pub quiz, very hard to say, on Thursday, which I'm also very excited and very nervous about. So lots of really, really good things this week. I'm also going to start on the mince pies. I've got to start. I've decided, Mum and I are basically going to New York for a few nights before Christmas, and they don't have them there. So it's going to cut off the mince pie testing window by a few days. We could take some with us, so I won't rule that out. So I've decided I'm going to start early, and obviously we hate the C word on this channel. If you're new here, I'm not a Christmas person at all, hate it. But I do love mince pies, and it is really the only thing that makes this season worthwhile, not to be dramatic. So I'm going to start now. I'm going to go to the Co-op at some point this week and get some. So we're getting ahead of ourselves. This video is also sponsored by Adenola. I have on a pair of their lovely lovely leggings now, which I'll show you properly in a moment. So I've got a few things from them to show you throughout this video, and wanted to say a massive thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And what else? Oh, this was the other thing. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments on the video that I did last, because I was a bit like, when I put that out, I was a bit like, is this just a really weird video? But you all really enjoyed it, and lots of people were commenting on how much they loved the Lego. I love the Lego. And then I was thinking, I want to buy more Lego, and then remembered I'd already bought this, but got so distracted by Lego I'd forgotten. I got this at the MoMA in New York, which is also where you can get the Starry Night Lego set. It's a DIY miniature house, but it's like a bookshop. So at some point soon, I'm going to be doing this, and also I'll add it onto the bookshelves, which are still pretty empty, but we'll get there. So yeah, I wanted to mention this too, because we're a very, very, very grown-up channel with very grown-up content, as you can see. So yeah, that's sort of the housekeeping I need to do before we get into the week, basically. But yeah, I hope that you are all well and enjoying. Oh, it's actually been quite nice in London for the past few days. So if you're in London, I hope you're enjoying that weather a little bit. As I said that, the sun started coming out. My power knows no bounds. You guys are gonna love this. This lighter holder. It's from a brand called Fry Powers. I've talked about online before. I have a few bits of jewellery from her. Look at this. You can get like a small one too if you want one for your bag, but I'm not actually a smoker, so I sort of don't really have very much use for a lighter when I'm out and about. But I do at home because I am always lighting candles. And then there's also the weekly sacrificial ritual, which you need to light a lot of candles for. So that was a joke, if that wasn't clear, just so you know, that was a joke. The light is a bit shit, which is not a product of Fry Powers, it's a product of my corner shop. How chic. Très chic, très chic. I also just love having a load of crap on a coffee table as an aesthetic. I don't think you can go wrong with the crap on the coffee table aesthetic.
To the winner, of course, a great door will open and you will leap through. Everything will be changed utterly. A recent Booker winner emailed me a few weeks ago and said, nothing can possibly prepare you for what comes next. The day after winning last year, I was told the Booker Prize was in 3,000 pieces of media around the world. That same day, I did 25 interviews on 4 hours of sleep. And as the days and months fell away,
I was not expecting that. We were told that we weren't allowed to swear in our speech. So there goes my speech. It's just one swear word 150 times.
Good morning, guys. It's the morning after the Booker Prize. Did I tell you already I got more of these Muji cushions? If you live in America, they're back. I got something on it. but they're back in stock. I don't know if they are in the UK or Europe, but if they are, I'll link them. They're the best cushion anybody needs. Excuse that teddy bear that's making direct eye contact with you. It's the morning after the Man Booker, and I'm just getting ready to go out for the day. I'll tell you what I'm using. This is from Heliocare. It's my favourite ever sunscreen that I've used. It's so good. It was the most amazing evening. I felt so lucky to be there. Yeah, it was just so special. It felt like a really kind of big career moment, if I'm honest, to be invited to something like that, and to be in a workspace where people are asking me about my work and what you do, which obviously happens at these kind of events, and to talk about books and the book club instead of influencer work. Felt really, really, really special, and we were sat next to some really lovely people. Sat next to a girl who worked at The Guardian. There was the book commission there, and then on the other side of me was two women who run Bard Books, which is on Roman Road in Hackney. You might know it if you live in the area. It's a really nice bookshop. I really recommend it. So yeah, it was really special. I felt incredibly fortunate to be there. Didn't have a late night either, so feeling well rested today. I think I was home and in bed by 11:30. And we've got such a busy week this week. I am wearing one of the Adenola pieces. This is such a great... Somebody commented on a video the other week saying that I put lip balm on really weirdly, and I do, and I was aware of it when I was editing the video. Like, since when did you start putting lip balm on like a man, basically, like a real... Anyway, I was just thinking about that then. Sorry, tangent. Yeah, this top is one of the Adenola pieces. It's like a black ribbed, you can see, really, really, really tight fitting, really good layering piece. I'm going to put a jumper over it today because it's quite cold, but I'm going to look at myself in the mirror. But yeah, it's great. I love the sort of really tight sleeves, which means I talk about being bunched up under the armpits quite a lot, but it's like a sensory thing I hate during the winter time. And something that's like skinny like this, and it means you can put a big jumper over it, a big coat, and you don't feel like there's just too much. I hate it. So yeah, really, really nice. Super tight black t-shirt. I kind of wish I didn't have to put a jumper over it, but I think it's too cold for that today. Makeup. I've been using this concealer from Western Atelier, which is their Vital Skincare concealer. Their packaging is so beautiful. I've been using this quite a lot. My skin is doing okay at the moment. Sorry, the mirror's here, that's why I'm doing this, and it's quite far away from me. Just dab that on where I need it, and then using this Dior number 12 brush. So today I've got therapy. My therapist is in Northwest London, because I first started going to see her when I lived in West London. So it was convenient for me then. So a lot of the time we just do it over Zoom now, because it takes me the best part of an hour to get there. But you know what's happening, don't you? Gosh, it's feeling like one of those mornings a little bit. But yes, every now and then when I can, I like to go and actually see her in person. And yes, I know I've been an advocate for therapy for a very, very long time. I think I've been seeing her for about 6 years now. And I still go once every 2 weeks, speak to her once every 2 weeks, and it's still the most life-changing decision I've ever made, to speak to somebody about how I'm feeling, and continues to be relevant as I get older as well, and yeah, can relate so much of what I've learned with her into what's going on in my life now and things. So I really, really recommend therapy to everybody and anybody. So yeah, I'm going to see her today, and then I'm going to a press day, which is Dear Frances press day. We all know how much I love Dear Frances. So I'll go there, that's in Central. So I'll go Willesden Junction, back into Central. If I've got time, the Waterstones have just opened. Waterstones on, it's not on Piccadilly, it is on Piccadilly Circus, but I can't think what road it's on because it's not Regent Street. Oh, maybe Piccadilly. I think it's on Piccadilly. They have just opened a pop-up, huge pop-up with the Booker Prize, and they were talking about it last night, and I'll be Central-ish, so if I've got time I might wander there and go and see that. I'd like to go take some photos of that for Buffy's content. And then I'm going to head back over this way, back home, work for a little bit, and then tonight I'm going to see Amel and Sniffers, who are an Australian like punk band, and they're great, and they're kind of just, they're doing really well. They're kind of like blowing up at the moment. They're playing the Roundhouse this week, so I'm going to that. So I've got actually a really, really, really lovely day. I probably need to get a move on, and I've been talking to you for 5.5 minutes somehow, so thank you everybody for listening to that. Anyway, let me show you what I'm wearing. I wonder if I can get away with a coat and a t-shirt. It's going to be like 12 degrees today, so excuse me, probably not. Oh, I used a Merit eyebrow, another Westman Atelier product. This is one of their blushes. Just very like, ooh, nice packaging. The Ilia bronzer that I use all the time. And then I curled my eyelashes, and now I'm done. And I'm going to go to North West London. Here's the t-shirt again. I've got it on. I've got my Cawley Studios cords, salmon enamel shoes that I wear honestly nearly every single day. They are so comfortable, so good for a day when you're going to be on your feet a lot. I mean, it's quite a nice silhouette, isn't it? The baggy trousers and the tight top. But I just don't think I'm going to be warm enough even with a big coat. Right, I've added a fun hat to an all black outfit, which I think I might do a lot this winter, just to embrace wearing all black, which I always feel very chic in, but then add a fun thing. This is from the Hackney Hooker, who, as the name suggests, works out of Hackney. What a great name for a brand. I love it. She does it in lots of different colourways, but this one I really like. And then I put my Calvin Klein coat on, a Uniqlo knit, Adenola t-shirt underneath, Cawley Studios, salmon enamel, and I'm going to stick with all black and take my Phoebe Philo, no, Celine, no, yes, Phoebe Philo, bag. So this is me for the day, and I'm running late, surprise, surprise.
Oh, that's what I said to Tom, you know, I said like,
Round toe too.
So good. I've got a little heeled Bala over there as well, no?
Yes, so there's a Bala cuff.
Ah. Hello everybody, in the room of doom. Back at home for a couple of hours now. I didn't end up going to Waterstones, I just didn't have time. I needed to get back to do some bits, so I need to go at another point because I really want to see the Booker pop-up thing. I don't actually even fully understand what it is, I just mentioned it last night and I was like, oh, I want to go see that. But the Dear Frances Presto was so nice. She's got so many really, 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 really nice shoes coming out, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in ages. I've been really inconsistent with it recently, mostly just because of travelling and stuff. Oh my god, my muscles today. I can barely walk downstairs. I'm sort of waddling everywhere I go. So yeah, that's kind of my complaint of the day. And I've been rereading The Secret History, which we've been sort of doing as an extra book club book. And honestly, all I want to do is curl up on the sofa with a cup of tea, under a heated blanket and read. Because it's also the kind of book that makes you want to read it like that. Like I was reading it on the train thinking, this isn't the right reading environment for this book. It really makes you want to like cozy up, and it's all sort of set in New England. Well, where I'm up to, it's just got to winter, but it's been like all through the autumn in New England. So it's very like rich, cozy language. So I'm hoping to find half an hour to do that before we go out this evening. But time will tell on that one. The house is a mess. I'm feeling like a not very good adult at the moment. I feel like I'm treading water with so much stuff. And like it always manifests itself the most in housework and just things not feeling tidy. Like there's washing everywhere and everyone needs like a really good top to bottom clean. And you know, I'm finding I've kind of sort of got time to hoover the floor but not actually clean the way that it needs it. So it's just making me feel a little bit like I'm not being a very good responsible grown up. Which now as a 32-year-old lady, I need to be a responsible grown up. I don't really. I still feel incredibly young and not like a grown up at all. I'm gonna do it. 20 English pounds, 21 English pounds. They are £15 a pop. We've not done the Fortnum Mason ones before. It's happening. These are the Adana leggings. They've got like a roll top. They're so fold down top, not a roll top. That's what you'd call a bathtub. But they're so comfy. They're great. I am not a person that likes lounging around the house in active wear when it's like lycra. You know what I mean? When it's really skin tight. These are like a really nice ribbed cotton. And they've got this slight flare through the leg. I would also just actually wear these out with loafers and a blazer. I think it'll be really chic. Maybe I'll put that outfit together later on actually. But yeah, they're so comfortable. I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of these, I think. And you could definitely wear them to work out and do yoga. But they're just equally as sort of chic for around the house. And like I said, could definitely be styled to go out. In fact, let's do that now. Let's style it up now. Okay, this literally just took me like less than 2 minutes to do this. I loved how just wearing black socks looked with it. So I've gone with a sock boot. This is from Dear Frances from a few years ago. But any like slim fitting shoe, or if you were a heels wearer, I think like a heel sandal would be really, really chic with this too. And then this jacket I bought from a brand called Cawley Studios. Really, really, really beautiful brand actually. Most of it's made to order, so be prepared to wait for a bit. But I'm wearing it as a top here, which is something I'm really enjoying, wearing blazers as tops, because the structure that you get from it's really beautiful. And this kind of wool fabric, which is very obviously thick and matte as a fabric. With these actually don't have a sheen on them at all, but they just have a much more like a lightness to them that a wool doesn't. You can see, what you can see is the dust on the mirror. I dusted this yesterday. It's just a never-ending thing for me. But yeah, I think this is really chic. I would wear this out to dinner and feel quite like put together, even though it's quite fun then having like what's actually a very casual kind of fabric, like I said, through the lightness of it, but with more structured things, and then the mesh shoe. Bit of styling for us all. Okay, I'm just about to get out of the house to go get these mince pies and some other bits. I'm quite stressed, but it's just gotten under control. I've just been oh my god, my legs. Just been doing the guest list for tonight, which I did ages ago, but there's always for events last minute cancellations, which I completely understand. I never mind at all. And if you ever come to Buffy's event, I always try and refund, and the only time I can't is if you cancel probably like an hour or so before the event, or 2 hours maybe, which is also often when I'm no longer checking my emails that much to respond to stuff. But yeah, if you ever get a ticket for something, I really do my best to accommodate refunds because I know stuff comes up. But this one's been particularly complicated because everyone's in teams of 6. And everyone gets a book corresponding to the team they're in. So if you're in like team Oscar Wilde, you're going to get an Oscar Wilde book, William Burroughs, Andre Lorde, etc., etc. So the numbers and the teams have to be pretty bang on because of the books that we've ordered, Penguin have ordered, for each team. And I'm also just trying to make that, if I know that people know each other, they're in a team together, but also there's not like one team where one person doesn't know 5 people. So it's just been a little bit of a puzzle. But I think one more order to come through. I think I've done it. So I'm going to go get a coffee and some fresh air and a mince pie and go to the food, I'm going to stop talking. Bye. Okay, we're back. If you can hear some background noise, because I was editing a bit earlier and you can hear there's building work going on like a house on the other, like the road behind. But at certain points the speaker's picking it up, so you should ignore that if you can hear it. Just making a brew. You can definitely hear that, I'd have thought. Anyway, starting with the Co-op. Co-op is always some of my favourites. Co-op and Sainsbury's, so it's a good place to start. I generally, to try and keep the category a little more fair and even, do an all butter variety. These fall into their Irresistible range, which is kind of similar to the Tesco's Finest, if you will. I'm so sorry I just spat everywhere then. I'm obviously getting quite excited about my first mince pie of the season. Let's go. So you get 6 of these for under £3. I can't remember exactly how much it was, like £2.75 or something. Just to put into perspective the cost of the £15 Fortnum Mason ones. I've really made a mess of this. Oh my gosh, this couldn't have gone any worse. For someone who spends an inordinate amount of time on packaging parcels, I'm dreadful at it. Right. Okay. Oh, lovely. So we have a nice star pattern on the top, some oozing filling here. Quite nice depth to it, but nothing too intense. Let me also make my tea at the same time as doing this. Hot. Okay, tea is brewed. Moment of truth. Also, I'm really, like I said, quite anxious and stressed, so I just think that adding like an insane amount of sugar and a bit of caffeine into the mix can only end well. Oh, Co-op do it so well. Okay. I love them so much. They're so unbelievably bad for you as well, but just worth it in every single way. Don't think about that if you're eating mince pies this season. They're a health choice. Okay, we've got lovely, lovely, crumbly, buttery pastry. I really like this pastry to filling ratio. I do tend to favour ones that are slightly on the pastry heavy side because I really like pastry. And the filling is quite nice. It's quite chunky. There's a bit of bite to it. You can't, sometimes what you get when they're too sugary is that you can feel the sugar granules, like that crunch comes from that. I don't like that. This doesn't have that. Just an overall sweetness, but mixed with a good spice level. Oh my gosh. I love them so much. Let's set the bar high. Let's set the bar really high. This is what all of them have to compete with now. The irresistible all butter pastry luxury mince pies. I should have really made a note of the price, but oh my gosh, there's also like a tab to pull it open with there, and I've just done that. I'm just gonna go. These are all our prizes. Well, half of them. The other half are in the other room. Yeah. Secret window, riding the bullet, 1408, the mist. I love it. Thank you to ask of everybody. Good morning, guys. I am hungover, as you can tell. Back in the same position. It's 20 to 10. I've had such a late start to the day as well. I've got the gym in a couple of hours and I'm just having a cup of tea and trying to start the day. Last night was amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who came. It was such a success. Everyone had so much fun. Penguin was so incredibly generous with the prizes. I showed you some clips of them, but the first prize was that 90 books. It was a set that they do of the little black classics. The second prize got 2 cloth bound classics, and then the third prize got a mini cloth bound. But yeah, everyone just actually really wanted to win as well, which was so nice. It was so fun. It is worth this dusty head this morning. So thank you so much to everybody who came. I'm really hoping that I can make this at the very least an annual thing, that maybe even a biannual thing. Definitely want to look at doing one in New York as well. It was so good. I had the best time. Everyone was it was just the nicest group of people as well. So big thank you. I'm about to, well, actually I'm not about to, I'm going to keep drinking this cup of tea. Oh, I hope this headache goes. Okay, I am ready to go to the gym and just kind of blow the cobwebs away. The gym I go to is just around the corner, which is really handy, which is also good because I'm going to be late. Excuse the mess, this is me planning outfits to shoot this afternoon. Believe me, there is a system going on here. But I'm wearing this very tight zip short sleeve top from Adenola. They have a long sleeve one as well, but obviously I'm actually hoping to kind of become warm at the gym. That's normally what you want to happen if you're doing a good job of things. But it's super tight fitting. It's beautiful with this rib detail down each side as well. And then some classic black leggings. I only ever really wear black leggings if I'm honest. I have in the past acquired some different coloured ones and then have just never ever picked them up. I only really feel nice in black ones like this because they obviously just feel the most understated. And especially when you're not like, I'm not a naturally sporty person at all. And I always feel when I'm wearing sports clothes that I'm like a phony, that someone's gonna be like, you don't deserve to be wearing these, you can't run or catch or throw. So I just like to keep it as chic as possible so that I feel comfortable in it. And I feel absolutely great in this. So yeah, my trainers are years and years old. And this is the gym look. Let's go. I'm gonna get my personal trainer to film some bits of what we do, but I'm not sure that it's going to be particularly impressive today because I am just a little dusty, as I said.
That's why I love street press. I love street press because the grind always moves really cool. And you get so slow.
This seems to be the new spot to begin and end the vlogs because that's what I'm here to do. We are showered, we're caffeinated, I've eaten some lunch. I'm just waiting for my friend Francis to come round. He's going to shoot the projects I've got to shoot this afternoon with me, finish editing this video. We're on a roll. I'm having a very productive phase, which I'm very happy about. Just dropping in one of the last clips to this one. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for Adenola for sponsoring this. The links for everything will be in the description box. And I hope you've really enjoyed it because I sort of wanted to make it feel approachable for people who aren't really into like fitness clothes as much, which is how I feel about it. Like I said, I always feel like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Is that the word? Is that the phrase? But it's obviously something that you end up wearing a lot when you exercise. So I think it's really nice to have a set that you feel great in. And that one that I was just wearing earlier is definitely one of those. So huge thank you to Adenola for sponsoring this video. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone that came to pub quiz. And I'll see you in the next one.